Hey folks, it's Chad here with Airstream of Greensboro, and behind me I have, oddly, the all-new, truly all-new 2024.5 Globetrotter 25-foot front bed. Now that may sound confusing to you because, well, it is confusing, but Airstream decided to do a mid-year update for the 2024 model year. And essentially, anything that was built after January or starting in January will be a 2024 4.5. Now, that's not going to say that on MSRP. It's not going to show up on any of your paperwork. It's not going to say 0.5. It's just going to be technically a 2024. But there are some changes that happen mid-year. So we at the dealership level are kind of calling these the 24.5s just to kind of help distinguish the difference. Hey, that this one has the differences versus the other one. So we're going to jump into a video of the 2024 Airstream Globetrotter 25 front bed queen bed version that also is the 24.5 and talk about the differences and improvements for the 0.5 mid-year update. Let's get started on that walk around now. Now, starting with the 2024 Globetrotter 25 front bed, I'm going to go to the inside. Everybody likes to kind of see the inside first. Now, of course, I will do the outside, and I'll put in the timeline kind of the chapter marker so you can pop to each part of the video that you're specifically looking for. Now, this one is set and ready to be delivered. It's actually going out today. The customer is taking this baby home today. Now, there's a few things that they decided to do as a dealer option. One of those is going to be the 3-inch lift kit. We installed that for them, which we can do that here at our store. And I mean, really all the Airstream stores should be able to do the 3-inch lift kit. Now, as we move inside, start the tour, I want to mention that you can come to me if you are in the market for an Airstream. Now, if you have questions, definitely reach out. But if you're in the market to buy an Airstream, a new Airstream or a pre-owned, feel free to reach out. One of the unique things for me is we own 10 Airstream stores, and I can work with any of those 10 stores. So we have stores on the West Coast, stores up and down the East Coast. So if you're not nearby Greensboro, but you still want to work with me, I can definitely make that happen. Or you can come down to Greensboro and I'll make sure that you're taken care of. Now, of course, we're going to have very competitive pricing, but I'm also going to give you the best customer service possible. Now, let's get into what makes the 24.5 different. So first off, you may notice it has a new door handle right here. So this is the same door handle that we are seeing on the Trade-Wind. All 2024.5s will have this new door handle that is made by, I think, Trimark, I think is the name of the brand, but it's going to integrate the deadbolt into the same component here, and then you've got your handle lock here. So now we've got that little sliding lock for the handle that notoriously locks people out. That is gone. From 2024.5 onward, we're going to have this handle. I'm hoping that in the future we may get to see a door handle with the code option in it. You know, you can type in a code and get in that way and not have to carry a key around. We haven't seen that yet. That's not in anything yet. I'm just hoping with this new design we'll get that in the future. Now, of course, it's going to be the same handcrafted door, that handcrafted door that Airstream builds. It takes them about 8 hours to build it. Yet screen door is going to be built to work with this door. They build those to kind of pair them up to make them work well together. And you always want to shut these two together. So you don't want to shut the door on top of the screen door. It can kind of mess up the way that it sits against the door sill itself. Now, something that is going to be different is this mechanism right here. So previously you'd have kind of some like jaws, and it almost looked like, I'm not even sure what you would call it, kind of like a more auto door, car door, I guess. So there would be two latch points. You'd have the initial latch, and then there'd be like the final latch. This door does not have that function. So it's either closed and latched and locked or not. So you've just got this kind of traditional push latch that we're used to seeing probably on your SOBs out there. Now, we'll say massive bolts here, screw-in bolts there for that to shut So if it's shut, it's going to be shut. That's a little bit different. So that door is just not shut, right? So you want to make sure it is closed and deadbolt it. Always travel with the door deadbolted is also going to be an important thing. It does have the new screen door latching system here that came in 2024. Now, one of the other big changes for the Globetrotter starting in the 2024.5 model year is going to be this new dinette setup. So this is going to be only on the 24.5. So if you see one that is a 2024 or 2023, it's going to have the old dinette that had kind of the two tables that hooked together in the middle and were super shaky, and then you could put one down to try to make a U-shaped dinette. This is the new setup, so it's just going to have this one table here with one attached large leg here, and this will push down to make into a bed, but it also can stay up like that. Now, what's going to be really different about it is this is going to be substantially more stable versus the old previous setup. Now, the other thing that's going to make this different is going to be the dinette situation. So this dinette is now permanent and goes all the way around to make kind of this U-shaped dinette here, versus the previous setup to where you would take down one of the tables and then it could go down in this section here, and you can make kind of the U-shaped dinette, or you could put both tables in place to create kind of a traditional dinette that we're used to seeing in the Flying Cloud 25 front bed or the International front bed. This is going to be all new. A really nice table. Let's look down at the mechanism. Let's see. So we've got this part here that pulls out, which I think is going to let it go. Yes. So that's going to let it go side to side. And then does it let it? Yep, it lets it come out. So that's kind of, let me set this camera up so I can show you all of the different options with this dinette. So this is a massive upgrade for the 24.5. Now, I don't think we can turn it, so we can go back, we can go forward, and then we can go left and we can go right. So we can really customize this to fit the size people we have in here. And if I want to move around to the back here, yeah, I can make this exactly where I need it to fit. That's a pretty cool setup. I mean, this isn't unique to Airstream. I've seen this setup in other brands out there. I've seen this similar type of table setup. Now, what I don't think you can do is rotate. Yeah, I don't see any way to be able to turn this. So I think that. All right, so let's see. I think that's just, yeah, that just lets it go up and down. And it's either all the way up or you're pushing it down. So it doesn't rotate, so you can't turn it to try to make it more of a dinette, or like, old school dinette. That would be a cool option if they could do that. Maybe in the future they could do that. But you can move it side to side, and you can move it forward and back. Now, this is the 25-foot front bed. You're going to see the same table on the 27 front bed. You will not see this table, as far as I know, on the 30 RB. I think that's going to be pretty much the same setup. Now, one of the cool things about this new dinette is there's now more outside storage. So under the bench that I'm sitting on, this is actually outside storage now, not inside storage. So there's another door back there, which I will show you when we do the outside walk, where that door is in the storage that you're going to have outside. Now let's see. We've got, ooh, that's cool. Okay. So we do have a plug down here underneath the dinette, which is a good spot for that to be. Let me grab the camera. So we've got power right there. No USB around here. That's one thing I would love to see Airstream add, is some USB, but they did give you USB charging. Let me get the camera. Come on. There we go. There's USB right here. So that like, you don't see USB near the dinette that often, which I really like that they put that there. It would be nice to see it on both sides, but at least it's there. So USB-C and A. You also have this switch here, which is going to be your kind of accent light that goes across this top area here that controls that. And then we've got our awning control, which I will show you this once we get outside, but this is the powered zippy awning. On the other side, we're going to have more accent switches. Your awning switch is not labeled, but the top one is going to be the awning, and the bottom one is going to be the overhead lights, and then your remote battery disconnect switch. So let me pull back around. I kind of have got a little bit off out of order, so we're going to move back to and start this kind of walk around as I normally would. So coming in, I just want to show you, this is the 25, so it's going to be very similar, basically the same floor plan as the 25-foot International and the 25-foot Flying Cloud. Now the big difference with the Globetrotter is you're going to have different kind of, I don't even know what you would call this fabric. This is not fabric, it's not leather. It does feel more sturdy. This is the, what's it called? It's blue. I can't think of the name of it, but it's the blue color. I love this color. This is the color that KYD just got in their 30-foot, if you watch their videos, and you should. The big difference with Globetrotter, you're going to have this really nice framed out wood area going all the way around the back side, and it makes that turn there, and then it comes over to this side as well. And then you've got kind of this thinner cushion for the backrest. So I do feel like the Globetrotter, from a comfort standpoint, doesn't have quite the same plushness in the cushions as, say, the International or even the Flying Cloud. But it does look really nice because this is the European-inspired design from Airstream. So you're seeing more curves, kind of more modern design from them. Same thing with your cabinets up above. You're going to have this really nice curved door that they build in-house. Really nice look. We also have the backlights in the Globetrotter with this little magnetic switch here, which is really nice. They'll turn on and off automatically. And then we do have mirrors in each cabinet as well on the Globetrotter. Now, fun fact, we can order that mirror. So if you have a 27 International or 25 International Flying Cloud and you want that mirror, just come to the parts department and say, hey, I want the mirror for the that's in the Globetrotter for my camper, and they can order that mirror and you just install it yourself. Just a couple of screws there, so super nice on that sense. And then now we've got kind of the old school entertainment look here that we had previously. I think 22s and back had something similar to this with a DVD player in it and pretty much everything. So with the Globetrotter, we're gonna have our radio here, super nice Fusion radio. It's actually touchscreen, which is kind of cool to see from them. You will have Bluetooth capabilities, even Wi-Fi capabilities with this system. You have subwoofer. You also have JL audio speakers. The speakers are in the correct position, so they're up here. They're not going to be below. They're shooting out into the trailer, which is where Airstream should put every speaker in every camper, up in this area, as opposed to down below shooting straight down. So I really like that. And then this is just a super cool kind of radio with all the Bluetooth. It's also Sirius XM ready. I do think you still need to install the antenna for that, so that would be a aftermarket thing you would need to do to be able to play music off of that. And you can see, so Sirius is there. You've got your aux input, Bluetooth. There's an optical option with the TV, but I don't think that's installed from the factory. Of course, AM right there as well. But it's kind of cool to see the touch screen setup here. You can control all your zones. See, subwoofer should be, okay, so there's 4 zones there. I'm thinking one of those zones is going to be the subwoofer. And then of course you have the power button right there. We also have this USB, which is going to be connected to the radio itself. You can plug your phone directly into there. We've got the Cat 6 input RJ45. That's going to be connected to that outside port, which I will show you once we get to the outside. And then we've got the HDMI input there that will go to both TVs. We're also going to have a inverted power plug up here and a nice little shelf for you to be able to set an Apple TV or Roku or whatever it might be in this area here to plug into the HDMI. Now you're going to have that good storage up there, and there's a lip here, and of course you've got the lights that are mounted just above here with the magnetic lighting thing there. Now I do love these latches that crack me up. They're just absolutely massive for this camper, and then you've got the really cool metal kind of stainless steel looking struts that come with the Globetrotter. I mean, that's just that massive over-engineered latching system that they put on the Globetrotter. Now, we are going to have the panoramic view with the 25 going out the back, but you're also going to have these really attractive pleated curtains that go from kind of point to point, you know, so from middle all the way around. That is going to be different on the Globetrotter versus the International and the Flying Cloud. So it is a little bit of a different look with the pleated there at the bottom and at the top. So it's just something to kind of notice about the Globetrotter. Now there is storage right here, which is the subwoofers there, so a little bit of storage. And then to the right side, you're going to have a pull-out drawer right here, and then that power is below right there. And then we do have a furnace vent. Now this opening here, if you're wondering, I don't mention this a lot in my videos, but if you're wondering what that is the intake for the furnace. Behind that door is going to be your propane furnace, and that's just the intake for it. That's going to be a spot that you want to clean. And then we're going to have kind of our normal storage here under the sofa area with your two Rubbermaid containers that come with it. Now with the Globetrotter, I'm going to swing around and start talking about the kitchen a little bit. As I do that, I want to mention some of your other upgrades that's going to be in your 24.5s. So we're going to have the new Trimark door. I talked about that. We have a new door handle in the hallway. Let me show you that real quick. That is going to be this door handle here. So we've seen this in the Pottery Barn, but we're now going to have this new magnetic handle in all 2024.5 travel trailers. Kind of a cool setup. It's like basically just closed until you close it, and then the latch will pop out using a magnet. The door handle just pulls it back and then lets it open. So kind of a cool setup. That's gonna be new for the 24.5s. We also have a new water pump controller. Now basically what this water pump controller is going to do, it's going to be on all of your traditional travel trailers and the base camp. It is on, I think, the same water pump that we had, but what this is going to do, it's going to provide a more equal experience between all of your faucets, because it has a little computer attached to it to help regulate the amount of the amount of flow going when you've got a faucet open. So you should have more consistent water pressure at each faucet, shower, and all that kind of stuff when you're using it. Now it also will regulate the speed of the water pump, so it's going to help control some of the noise that the water pump makes, as well as a more, I guess, standardized flow rate, smooth out the water, that kind of thing. And then it constantly monitors the water pressure that water pump does with the little computer on. So that's a new upgrade for all of your 2024.5s. And remember, the way to tell whether or not it's the 24.5, the easiest way is going to be the door handle. All the 24.5s will have that new door handle. The 24s will not. So that's an easy way to tell it. I can tell you with our store, all of our Globetrotters, for as far as Blue Compass goes, I think are all 24.5s now. As soon as we get a Globetrotter on the lot, we seem to sell them pretty quick. Right now the Globetrotters are hot for the market. Not sure why. I'm not sure what has made them hot, but that is the case. I talked about the U-shaped dinette. That is new for 24.5 in the outside storage. The other is going to be the new cooktop. So this is a new GE profile cooktop for the Globetrotters. Now there's no cover from the factory. We're going to have this cast iron grate over top of it. It does have a light, kind of similar to the Farions that we were using previously in the Globetrotter. So it's now a GE profile, which is funny. This does not have the GE profile AC units. Those are still going to be the Colemans, but it does have the GE profile stovetop. Now there is no cover for this, but there is a glass cover that you can add to it. That is an aftermarket option, meaning you would buy that yourself. And then something that we don't talk about a whole lot, and I need to do a video about this just by itself, but it's the Airstream connected system, which is their LTE internet option. All of your Airstream travel trailers are pre-wired for Airstream connected, and essentially what that means, there's a wire that goes up to the roof, and there's a connection point usually at the front, There's a little cap on it. We take the cap off, and there's an antenna we can put right there on top of that and plug everything in. And then those wires come all the way down the wall and into that front compartment, and we can connect a LTE modem from essentially Peplink, but it's Airstream connected version of it. Airstream basically takes the Peplink, puts their software on it, and then allows you to be able to set up internet. So there's a new 5G modem. So if you get a 24.5 classic, a Pottery Barn that comes with Air Connected already in it, Airstream connected, it's going to be the new 5G modem. Still 5 wires, so in the wall it's still going to be 5 wires, but this is the newer Peplink with the it's basically two LTE modems in it. So you would be able theoretically to run 2 SIM cards, but the Airstream connected kind of locks that out, so you're basically just running 1 SIM card. I need to do a whole video about Airstream connected, just separate, because there's a lot to talk about there. But basically the point is that going forward, if you were to buy the Airstream connected, you're going to get the new 5G technology, and then the trade ones, of course, comes with the new twin bed options. So that's the 2024.5 options that are going to be different with this Globetrotter. Now, the only thing I haven't showed you yet would be the outside storage. So let me flip around, and we're going to continue the inside walk of this 25 Globetrotter. So with the kitchen area, you're going to have some things that make the Globetrotter unique versus the Flying Cloud and the International. One of those things is going to be an upgraded laminate and more color choices. You have essentially 4 color choices with the Globetrotter. I'll pop those up on the screen right now, but the one we're looking at now, I believe, is the London Gray, and then the blue with the blue cushions. But you have 4 options. Within the 4 options, you have 2 options for cabinet colors, and then essentially 2 options for your cushion colors underneath those 2 cabinet options. And I'll show those on screen. Now, the other thing you're going to see that's unique with the Globetrotter is more things like these drawers that are built out, and there's even like this build to make it so that it goes around the plumbing for the sink here, and you have a spot to store your cutting boards I shouldn't say that, these aren't cutting boards, but your Corian covers for your sink. I think those can slide. No, maybe not. Okay. No, that is not where those go. These actually go. I don't know what you would slide right there. If you know what you put down there, put that down in the comments. But there is a spot right here for these guys to sit right. I think they go right there, right? Yeah, something like that. I think is where these can go, because there's a little pins there to hold those in place. Alright, and then so with the Globetrotter, you're going to have the Corian countertop. It's a solid surface countertop here in the kitchen. You're also going to have a really nice stainless steel under-mounted sink. It is dampened, meaning that it's got a coating underneath it to help it be a little bit quieter when you're using it. That's on that luxurious side of things. You'll see that in really nice homes, custom built homes. We also, on the Globetrotter, are going to have these cool little trash cans in the back side of the counter, and these will pull out. So just a spot that, if you're cooking, you're able to slide food into there, or you can put ice in here and make this a spot for keeping your drinks cold. So kind of a cool thing that you're getting on all floor plans with Globetrotter will have these. And then there's the Corian countertop inserts to cover those up. We're also going to have a really nice residential style faucet that comes down right there. And then there's no controls here in the middle. So on your International and your Flying Clouds, your controls are there. On the Globetrotter, it's actually going to be on the other side under the TV, which is really nice. I'd like to see Airstream kind of do that everywhere. But we do have one of our power inputs, or power sockets, right here in the kitchen area. So you have that spot to be able to plug things in when you're cooking. And this has the convection microwave option. Now, if you don't go for the convection microwave, you're going to have a traditional propane oven here, but no microwave. When you go for the convection microwave option, it's going to give you a traditional microwave, but also has the convection oven built into it, as well as an air fryer. So this is a very popular option and most of our stuff these days come with that. So that's something to think about when you're ordering. Now there is, that looks different. Wow, I don't feel like that's in the 24s. I feel like that's new. That's a really cool pull-out pantry there for the Globetrotter. All right, what's here? So that's just a little door that opens. So man, I feel like this is new for 2024. That is a super cool little kind of pantry pull-out for the 25-foot Globetrotter. Huh. That's actually, I mean, that's super cool. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look back at my video from 23 to see whether or not that is new. I didn't finish the drawer. There's another large pull-out right there with your silverware organizer underneath. Nice deep drawer that pulls out. And then on the other side, I got ADD, guys. I'm so sorry. And then we've got our trash can right there. That's underneath the kitchen area. So pop it back over. Yes, total ADD moment. A little bit of storage right there, kind of comical. But that, I think your wheel wells are going to be behind that, or some kind of component. That's a really cool just way to do storage right here in the in that area where there normally be a couple of drawers. Tell me in the comments, do you like this, or would you rather have the 2 or 3 drawers that normally go in that spot? That's kind of cool. But you do still have the pull-out pantry with the adjustable shelves right here in the kitchen area. So you have essentially 2 pull-out pantries. And then we've got that little bit of storage, got cereal box storage right there. And of course we do have the 2 storage areas above, both with mirrors, and of course these have the lights that turn on using that magnet, so when you shut the door it will shut that light off. All right, and then this has a different refrigerator. For some reason Airstream puts this Norcoal refrigerator in the Globetrotter. That's going to be your switch or control for controlling temperature in here. The little ice cube, that's cute. The little ice cube tray there, that's a drip tray there. We do have some little storage containers that we'll pull out here, and then some storage in the door. And then we've got a freezer below right there, and then a little bit more storage in this area here, which is that kind of short storage, again comical. And then let's see what's above. Same thing, just kind of short storage there, kind of shallow storage. Now with the Globetrotter, we are going to have these shelves here. There's actually more USB right there for charging, and behind the TV there's actually another little storage area right here, and then you actually have an arm that will allow you to bring the TV out and then rotate that and turn it. That's only on the Globetrotter. The International Flying Cloud doesn't have that. And then under the TV, you're going to have your 2000 watt inverter control, your sea level monitor system, and then your solar charge controller right there. That will show you, the watts that are being produced. So that is the kitchen area for the 25-foot Globetrotter. Couple of things. It's not often that I get surprised with something, but I was really surprised with that storage. Now with this 25-foot, we're going to have one single wardrobe right here in the middle, and there's an extra cushion there, and that's for turning those 2 cushions are for turning the sofa area into another bed. So that will pull out and make it into a bed, as well as the dinette going down and making it into a bed. Now that cushion for the dinette is actually just chilling on the bed right now. And that is one thing with the Globetrotter you have to take into consideration. There's these extra cushions to help make convert the sofa area into the dinettes, because you don't have the backrest that come out like you would on the International or the Flying Cloud. So to have those extra cushions, you've got to have something, and what you end up having is cushions you got to carry. Now, if you know you're not going to have anybody coming with you, that's something you could leave behind and not take with you, but you may want those things. Now, as far as the split bath goes, this is a very traditional Airstream split bath. The same shower essentially that's in the Flying Cloud in the International, I believe, and I'll flip the camera around so you can see me step inside. Now, what I can tell you with these showers, it is a smaller shower. It's not, you know, a big corner bed shower or one of those big flat showers, you know, long square showers. It's not that, but there's plenty of room to be able to take a shower in here. I'm 5'9", probably around 5'10" with my shoes on. You can see I've got a couple of inches here. There's also enough room for me to be able to take a shower in here, as you can see. And I can tell you that I have taken a shower. I have a 25-foot Flying Cloud, and I use the shower when we go camping, so there's plenty of room in here to be able to take a shower. Now, this isn't the largest shower in the world, but it is a sufficient shower for when you go camping. Now, there is a seat. Let me flip the camera around. Now, that seat that is right here isn't for shaving your legs, although you could use that. The idea with this seat is if you're really tall and you don't have enough room above your head, you can sit down and take a shower while you're sitting down. Now, of course, you can also just use the bathhouse at the campground, which we often will do as well. Now, here is the bathroom area. We're going to have the pull-up mirror. Wow, sometimes I forget how to say words. That is above, and then you've got a little bit of storage behind right there. We also have this little area to put things for, you know, whatever storage you want to put there. And then we've got our wash hand towel area, and behind we're going to have a towel rack right there. And we got our surface mounted stainless steel sink. We've got our plywood countertop here in the bathroom. This is a really nice aluminum cover accent right there I like. We've got storage underneath the sink area as well as beside, which is also where we're going to find the toilet paper holder. And then a little bit of storage underneath. Beside that, we're going to find the porcelain commode. And then as far as room goes, this is a 25-foot, so it is going to be a little tight for a camper, but I can obviously use this. I use it in my camper all the time. If you really need to, you can shut the door. As you can see right there, I can shut the door. I still have room to be able to utilize the facilities if I need to. You know, I've got plenty of leg room if I need to. My leg does hit a little bit on this side. Now, if you're looking for just the biggest bathroom possible, the 28 RB is going to have a little bit larger bathroom, and the 30 RB, obviously it's a bigger camper, will have a bigger bathroom area. But that is absolutely sufficient. I mean, guys, you're going camping, you're not going to the Ritz-Carlton, so just something to keep in mind. Now, moving into the bedroom area of this 25, this is the queen bed. You can see the queen bed there. Now, there is a twin bed option that you can get. There's no price difference between the two. The queen bed on the Flying Cloud, the queen bed on the 25-foot is a east to west queen bed. Now, I am a big proponent as an Airstreamer and as an Airstream sales professional for the twin bed option on the 25-foot because it gives you this really nice aisle down the middle, and then you've got your beds on each side. You're also going to have a bigger bed, an 80-inch long bed. When you do the twin bed options, you have a 75-inch bed with the queen bed. Now, this is absolutely doable. It's just whoever is going to be on that far end sleeping will need to kind of shimmy down and come around that way to be able to get to the bathroom at night. But if you have a twin bed, you can easily stand up and move out that way. You're right down the middle. Now, I do have a video that kind of compares the twin bed and queen bed. I'll link that above that you can take a look at. But you do have some room to be able to go around the bed, as you can see there. Now, there is not a ton of room on this side here. So this is not, like, you're not going to step down into that area to try to, you know, get around the bed at night. You're really going to need to shimmy down from this area here and then come off right there. We also have that beautiful pleated cover for the panoramic windows. And we've got a window right there. That window does open, and the window across that's going to be behind this area here opens as well. Now, I am not going to lay on the bed as I normally do because we've got this set up and ready to go for its new owner. But you can see all the pillows that come with the Globetrotter. There's also this really, I don't know what this is called, but cover that goes down at the bottom of the bed. And there is storage underneath the bed. Right there, some storage. And we also are able to lift, you see, there we go, lift the bed. And then we've got storage underneath the bed as well with these totes that pull out, and you actually have an opening in the front so you don't have to pull the bed up to get to it. But there is some storage. If you don't open the bed, you're not going to be able to get to it. That one right there. And then you've got the storage back there that you can only access when the bed is open. That storage you can get to even when the bed is down through that front door. And then the storage is all the way up there. You can't see it, but that's going to be your outside storage. Now we do have a TV in the bedroom area, and this is on an arm that will pull out. We also have a switch for your accent right there. And then your overhead lights are dimmable as well, so you can dim those up and down. And on the queen bed model, we're also going to get this second wardrobe for the 25 right here in this area with the, of course, wardrobe there. There's no shelves in this one, but you do have two really nice deep pull-out drawers in this area as well, and then below right there. And then of course we have our overhead storage lockers just like the front. Now if you go with the twin bed model, you'll have a wardrobe right here with shelves in it but no drawers underneath because the bed's going to be right there, and so you lose those drawers there. This side's going to be the same, and I don't think you get a locker up there. They do that on the Flying Cloud but not on the Globetrotter. Now that is the inside of the 2024.5 Globetrotter. Let's jump to the outside, do a quick walk around of the outside, and I'll show you that new storage area in the rear section of this Flying Cloud. Now let me mention, this has Coleman ACs. I get questions a lot on the Globetrotter, and the Airstreams changing things all the time, and the confusion with the GE air conditioner. The GE ACs are only on the International and Flying Cloud. That's new for them. The Globetrotter is still using the Coleman Mach Q ACs. Now the inside is going to look basically the same. Pop that camera around. So you've got that intake that they started in 2023. That is still there, which is also the same thing that you're going to see on the Flying Cloud with the GE. These are Colemans. There is a MERV 8 filter in there that you can take down and replace. You're also getting that filter on the Flying Cloud or the International. It's just, please know, you've got a Coleman AC up there, and this has the second AC that is optional already on it. I do highly recommend the second AC for the 25 foot, definitely on the 27 foot, and then a standard on the 30 foot. So this will be a 50 amp coach. And if you opt for just the single AC, it'll be a 30 amp coach. And there's no way to add that second AC after the fact. So if you don't order it that way, you're definitely not getting the second AC. It is the QuietStream ducted AC unit, so it is very quiet. It's about 20% quieter than the traditional AC setup. And then of course with the 24s, you do have the new composite floor that they started in 2021. One sheet composite all the way down, so it's one sheet. There's no seams anywhere, which means you don't get squeaks throughout the unit over the lifetime of use. And with it being composite, there's no option for the floor to rot if you do get a water leak, which is quite nice. Now we're going to step outside and start the outside walk around. Okay, so we are outside. We're going to do a quick walk of the outside of the Globetrotter. Now, the Globetrotter, the Airstreams look pretty much the same. So when I do the outside, it's kind of comical. If you've watched any of my videos, they're very similar, but there are some things different about this 2024.5 Globetrotter, so you definitely want to actually watch this part of the video, which I think most people skip. So let me flip the camera around and we'll do a quick walk of the outside. So here is the 25-foot 2024.5 Globetrotter. In the front, we're going to have the Demco hitching system, which is a super cool system. Airstream's been using this for quite some time. I think 2020 is around the time they started using it. Once that latches down, you don't actually have to even lift it up. It will slide down on the ball and latch around the ball. We got a 3,500 pound power ton jack. That's standard on all of your travel trailers now. This also has the lithium battery option with the 300 watts of solar on top. That is currently an option that you can get. And then we're going to have another solar connection right there. That would be an additional solar for like a suitcase style solar system with the charge controller built in. And then you've got your pin and everything for dropping that spare tire. When we move around to the other side, we're going to have the LP quick disconnect for your low pressure propane setup. Anything that can utilize that is there. We also have two 30-pound propane tanks standard inside of that really nice aluminum cover. Now you're going to have stainless steel rock guards at the front, as well as your solar guards going across the front. Now those solar guards are there to help protect the glass windows that are behind it and the stainless steel rock guards are there obviously to help protect the aluminum that's behind those stainless steel rock guards. Both of those things are going to be fairly easy to replace in the event that you have a chip or a dent compared to the actual window itself. Now this center window here, right there at the front, that will open. The porthole of course won't open, but it's a really nice touch. Now with this being the queen bed, we're only going to have storage outside. Your main storage area is going to be this front area here. There's no storage out the, you know, kind of front part of the camper on this side. But if you get the 25 twin bed, you'll actually have a storage compartment right there and then one on the other side. Now this does have the powered Zippy awning that is standard on the Globetrotter, as well as the powered heavy duty stabilizers, as you can see right there. You're also going to have that spare tire right behind them. You got a little sewer hose storage right there, and then there's your gray and black tank, and freshwater tank is going to be between those two Dexter axles. You've got your Girard tankless hot water heater right there. There is a power off inside of there. That's for winterization. When you're winterizing, flip that power off, and then that system cannot turn on. We're also going to have 110 power right here out the front. Now it's not a part of the converter, so you'll need to have that plugged in, the whole unit plugged in, to get that off of shore power. And then this has, as I mentioned, the power stabilizers. Those controls are going to be right here. You've got your front and your rear, and it's just super great system powered. Same thing that you're going to go on the Classic. Now we've got the Dexter axles with the no maintenance bearings. We're also rolling with Goodyear endurance tires. These are going to be your ST 225 75 R15s, 15-inch wheel. You're also got the Dexter auto adjusting drum brakes on that. And then with this being the Dexter torsion system, you have true independent suspension. So each of the 4 tires have the ability to move up and down independently from the others. We also have the dampener shock right there. And there's no leaf springs in there because it's all inside of that tube going across. Now you're going to see a bend in the middle of that tube that goes across for the Dexter axle. That is normal. That comes from the factory. That's how they set the camber of the tire, so this way of the tire, right? They can set that from the factory. That's all done there. Coming around, let me talk about the Zippy awning real quick. So it is the powered awning. There is a lot of hate for this awning in the RV Airstream world. Now there's a on switch. Once you switch this on switch on, leave it on the whole time you've got the camper out. Don't turn it off. Leave it on for your operation. Now to open the awning, you're going to just hit that on button. We've got new springs started in 2024 to help get that awning to come out. Now, if the powered awning stops like it just did just then, it's just confused. It's not sure if it's all the way out or if it's in or where it's at. So if that does happen, just simply come over, hit the close button, hit the close button again to stop it, and then hit open again. And it will start to try to open again on its own. And now it's past that point. That's going to happen. That's just part of what the Zippy does and how it works. So if it happens, that's all you got to do. Hit that close button, get it to start coming in, and then hit it again to stop it. And you can hit the open button again, and it will come out. And you can see the striped colors for the awning. That's going to match the window awnings that come on the Globetrotter standard. While this is running out, I will mention the top does have the baked on enamel coating to help with solar energy, that heat coming from the sun transferring from the roof down into the coach. You're also going to have an installation inside of here called EcoBat. That is a eco-friendly installation. It is not fiberglass. It's made out of sand. It's a tremendous insulation, I should say. I guess insulation. It also has the ability to dampen some of your sound. I don't think this came all the way out, so I'm going to hit close one more time. Stop it and then hit open. Okay, so I guess it is all the way out. Now the other option you have with this Zippy powered awning is to be able to tilt it to one side. So we're going to tilt to the rear. What that's essentially going to do is lower this corner right there, bring it down. I can also tilt it to the front if I want to. That's going to help shade from this side if the sun's on this side. It's also going to help water come down that side as well if you have a light sprinkle. Now remember, this is a sunshade. It is not a water rain awning. It's also not going to handle wind. So if you have a windy day, definitely put that back in. Now also let you kind of see what that does, you know, as far as how long it takes it to go out. And then now we're just going back in. Same thing when it's going in, it may stop. If it stops, just hit the open button and then hit the close button and it'll let it go back in. Now coming around to the back, while that awning is going in on its own, you're gonna have the standard backup camera. That is a separate monitor. There's no way to connect that to your truck, even if your truck has the fancy camera system. It comes with its own wireless monitor that's gonna plug into a 12-volt socket inside the truck and then wirelessly connect to that monitor. Now this does, as I mentioned, come with the standard window awning package that matches that awning that I showed you there. And with the 24.5, we've got this new storage area on the outside, which is great that they're giving this to us. Kind of goes back in that area, as you can see, come around and then goes back that side. So it's not massive, but you could definitely put some chairs in there, you know, really anything you want to store. And then of course we have the little bit of bumper storage right here. Now that is a wet storage area, so anything you put in there is going to get wet. Now we do have all LED lights for your backup lights, your marker lights, even your license plate light is also going to be 12 volt. Coming around to the campsite side, give you a good big shot of that. We've got these two windows that do open, as well as the front window will open. And of course, that's that Airstream window that will open nearly 90 degrees. There's also 300 watts of solar up here, and there's the two ACs that are Coleman ACs, not GE. Same, obviously, tires and wheels. And then we have our smart plug. This is going to be the 50 amp. Super easy to unplug. There's also a light on the top that will indicate a few things as far as power. Now, this is not going to be a surge protector, but it will tell you if there's some miswired in the pole. Still recommend having a surge protector in between power pole and your camper. This is that Cat 5, Cat 6, RJ45 connection here that goes to the front. You can utilize that with Starlink. And then there is your coaxial input that can be, you know, campsite cable or satellite, anything that you might want to use there. We've got our furnace right there beside that. Then you're going to have your city inlet here with the pressure regulator built in. Your black tank flush, that is standard for all of your Airstreams. And another thing I don't talk about enough, but there's these little hoses right here. There's one right there. So one above, and there's one above it right there. So these are going to be connected to your two air conditioners, so probably the front and the back. This is your condensation port. So any condensation that AC creates is going to come down these tubes and drip out, which is fantastic. That just means instead of that water coming down the side of the camper and giving you a black streak, it's going to come down right there. It's a super nice thing that you see on all the Airstreams travel trailers. We're going to have our portable fill there. That's going to be your fresh water tank. Gravity fed. You got your outside hot and cold shower. Underneath that area, which is great that they're this close, is going to be your gray and black tank dump area. And there is a little light right here that likes to turn itself on with no help. Remember, always pull the black tank first and then the gray tank, and right there is going to be your sewer storage for your sewer line storage, I should say. Now coming back this way, we're going to have another shot of the whole profile of the campsite side. That is the outside of the 2024.5 Globetrotter 25 front bed queen bed model. All right, folks, if you've gotten to this point of the video, first just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching to this point. I also want to say, if you are in the market for an Airstream, new or used travel trailer or touring coach, feel free to reach out. Again, we have 10 stores all the way on the West Coast and all up and down the East Coast that I can work with. Also, of course, you can come right here to Airstream of Greensboro. We are going to give you the best service, the best customer service possible, and the best deal, pricing possible that we can give you. So if you are in the market, reach out. If you got questions about this Globetrotter or any other travel trailer touring coach that Airstream makes, feel free to reach out. Again, my contact information is right there in the description below. Now, I hope you guys are living riveted. I hope you are streaming somewhere this year in your Airstream. And if not, give me a call so we can get you into an Airstream to go streaming somewhere this summer. I hope you guys are having a great week. We'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.